How you doing, guys? Big Mac Dan Skull back once again with another Mortal Realms video for you. It's time to take a look through the pages of issue 14. This episode of my Mortal Realms coverage has been brought to you with the aid of Brain Spider. He's contributed funds to pay for the magazine I'll be covering today, so I'd like to say a massive thank you to him. And if you'd like to support the channel or even sponsor a Mortal Realms video yourself, you can follow the link in the description below to my Patreon, where you'll find all the information you need in order to help me and the channel out. But before we get to those juicy, delicious insights, let's look at what we get this week and work out the value of the issue. Dreadblade Harrows. These spectral knights are an easy to build kit that comes with two miniatures costing £15 directly from Games Workshop, saving us £7 and a penny in total. Not too shabby if you ask me. Also inside we discover the forces of chaos and get yet more new rules in our playthrough. Turning to the first page, Nighthaunt Dreadblade Harrows are cursed to an eternity of torment and misery. They help lead armies of Nighthaunt against the living. They serve as lieutenants to Knights of Shroud, a military leader who betrayed their people in life by pledging himself to Nagash, cursing themselves and those who serve with them. Dreadblade Harrows are especially ghostly and insubstantial. They can disappear and reappear whenever they wish, and they'll carry out the most dishonourable of tasks for the Knights of Shroud that they serve. In the next section we get Forces of Chaos. They're led by Archaon Everchosen. He's a leader who's blessed by all of the Chaos Gods, the 4 Chaos Gods, and a warrior of such renown that even Sigmar's a bit wary of him. Demons rampage across lands warped by the powers of the 4 Chaos Gods. Mortals also serve chaos though in great numbers, seduced by whispered promises of power or corrupted by desperation and misery. After joining the Chaos Legions, they seek to tear down the barriers between the realms, and during the Age of Chaos they came close to achieving this ultimate victory. They had driven Sigmar and his forces from all but one of the realms. Only Azir was safe, so the forces of Order fled there. The land became warped by ruinous powers, allowing demons to pour forth into the realms. Over a few centuries, most of each of the realms had been tainted. Sigmar and the other gods of Order have since returned to the lands and reclaimed them, but the forces of chaos will always lurk, with a fresh supply of new recruits waiting to sow chaos throughout the realms again. On to the next section, we get 1,000 Storms. These 2 pages follow nicely on from what we've just learned, giving us an insight into how the Stormcast Eternals, under the guidance of Sigmar, went about reclaiming the mortal realms from the forces of chaos. It talks about how the Hammers of Sigmar storm host, led by Vandus Hammerhand, took on and defeated the Gortide of Korgus Kull, champion of Chaos God Khorne, as well as covering many other clashes between the forces of Chaos and Order. In the next section we get Curse of the Hunter. This is the next of our regular short stories, giving us a narrative feel for the stuff we get within the magazine. This one is a sorrowful tale, that of Kalmar the Accursed, a particularly regretful Dreadblade Harrow, forced to follow a Knight of Shrouds that he hates. Next we get the how to build and paint sections of the magazine, 6 pages in total, giving us all the instruction we need to bring these 2 new models up to the same standard the rest of our Nighthaunt forces are at. Following on from that we have Ghost Riders. This is of course a playthrough section of the magazine. Over 6 pages it talks us through the skirmishes between 2 Dreadblade Harrows and a unit of 5 Castigators and their faithful Gryph-hound. We also have a few new rules to learn. The damage value of an attack with a Dreadblade is increased by 1 on a turn in which the unit carrying it charged. The Dreadblade Harrows have multiple weapons and can attack with all of them, and darting attacks. Whenever the Gryph-hound attacks, it can make a 6-inch retreat move after its attacks have been resolved. That's everything inside the mag, so before I leave you, let's take a look at the back page and find out what's coming to the Mortal Realms in the next few weeks. Issue 15. Complete your Sigmarite Mausoleum. This is the second part of the terrain kit that came a few issues back. We should get the walls, fences and some bases to sit the buildings on that we've already got. Then in issue 16 we're getting Stormcast Reinforcements. Looks like we're getting 2 more Castigators and 3 additional Sequitors to bolster our already formidable Stormcast forces. That's everything. I've changed it up slightly this week, you may have noticed. It's been very succinct and straight to the point. I downloaded myself a teleprompter app, which has led to this episode of the show being particularly short and to the point and stabby. It's an approach I'd like to take with my videos in the future. Let me know if you like this approach or if you just prefer the casual approach where I'm saying a lot. Yeah, it's like that. It's just a way that I see my channel improving, or a way that I feel like I can improve my channel in the future. So if you want to see a more ordered approach like this, let me know and I'll do my best to make sure I can take this approach again in the future. As I said at the start of the video, massive thank you goes out to Brain Spider, and a massive thank you goes out to all my Patreons. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon or through Patreon, you can do so by following the link in the description below, as I said. There may be a link in a pinned comment as well if I remember to do that. But we'll leave it there for now, guys. Can't wait for next week, and I'll see you on the battlefield.